Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin gives us some downside here just now. There's a bit of selling pressure coming in. I think there's been some economic data that was published. Really, I couldn't care less about that one. We only want to focus on the parameters on the charts. It was, let's say, it was to be expected that there would be a reaction to the resistance area. That's why we have it on the chart, because it's resistance. So we typically give levels the benefit of the doubt. So in a support zone, we're watching for a reaction. In a resistance area, we're watching for a reaction, and they are clear parameters that we can use. Now, there are two bearish setups that we are watching. There is one here that is the more directly bearish one that's highlighted here in yellow. It is the 1-2-1-2 setup that we also talked about in the last video. And the resistance area for the first resistance range, or the resistance levels, are between 59,180 and 60,336. So here on this chart, we're watching for further downside in circle 3. And I highlighted to you in the previous update that as long as we stay below 60,336, there's no reason to favor a different scenario. Does that mean we have confirmation that circle 2 is over? No, but I posted it earlier today on Discord to our gold members that it is possible that wave 2 has completed. Yeah, that was when the price was still around 59,100, but it required a little bit more evidence. And now we see a little bit more downside momentum. We go back to the live chart. This now does show us what we need to see for further confirmation. Good would be a break below the 57,200. Now what is that? Yeah, 57,150 level. But essentially I've added to the chart how the next 5-wave move down would look like. We're always looking for 5-wave patterns. If this indeed is a third wave, it should be quite an aggressive sell-off. But at this stage, it's only a 3-wave move down. We might just go for a retest of the trend line, so please consider that. And essentially, I see a couple of potentials for a bounce. We could get a bounce or reaction to the trend line, and one here down there at around 57,150. That's where the bulls could steer it around, okay? And then we might just be dealing with a larger ABC structure in a larger wave 2. Yeah, the market rarely makes it that easy that we now see a more aggressive sell-off. I think the market often likes to give us these twists and turns, and it might very well be, because we only have a 3-wave move down so far, that the market takes the route into the larger resistance area. So anybody who maybe entered a short, make sure that you adjust your stop loss. I'd say, you know, that's at least generally what would be reasonable to do, to adjust the stop loss as a reaction to the relevant resistance area when the price reacts actually and then follows through, because we haven't got the next 5-wave move down. So for really confirmation, we're heading down further now. What we like to see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so another 4, 5, a little bit longer in the third, and then another 4, 5. The real test will come if the market can hold resistance for micro wave 4. If it can't, then we'll probably go up higher in the larger wave 2. If it's a 5-wave move down here that follows, then a 3-wave corrective rally would give us the next main resistance area for the next 1-2 setup, which could be a setup for an aggressive sell-off. So essentially that's it. You know, the resistance levels haven't changed. The market has reacted to resistance as, let's say, we would expect it when we put a resistance area to the chart. But pay attention to the trend line for a possible reaction. And important is now, obviously, that the market doesn't break anymore into the price region of wave 1 here. So if this is, for example, a small impulse to the downside, we need it to stay below 58,760. That would be the first indication that something different is playing out. So that's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.